Well, postseason baseball and just the mentality heading into the weekend and what you want to see from your guys.
Well, this is the good time of year. Guys, they don't have to worry about school. Just get up and play ball and hopefully get better every day. And, guys that have had little injuries, gives a little time to heal up, and just fun time of the year. And it's where you want to be at this time and have a chance to play. And, in a tournament like this is as good as it gets. I mean, the teams that are here, like I've said many a time, there could be 3 or 4 teams in this tournament that make it to the College World Series. And it's a great experience for the players. It's also a little touchy for the coaches because you want to win the tournament, you want to win every game, but you don't want to injure anybody, overpitch, overuse kids, and throw too many pitches. And sometimes we have to battle that a little bit mentally. But great time to just be together as a team, play ball.
But you finished well, especially offensively. How nice is that to come over here from College Station on a win?
Yeah, we had a little time to, I think, before we got here, we had some weeks off, I guess you call. We didn't have a Tuesday game or a Wednesday game. It gave us a chance just kind of get over being a little bit tired, because we were tired. We were tired going into the Ole Miss series, and Tennessee was a little bit of a tough trip because of the weather, not getting to play. And it just seemed like the last couple of weeks we've got a chance to get our feet back underneath us, get a little more bounce in our step, and we've noticed it as a staff. And I think we played pretty good at A&M. We didn't win the second game, but just guys were into it, and you could just tell we were strong. And hopefully that'll carry over here.
Who are you thinking about putting on the mound tomorrow?
Trevor Stefan. 5 days rest, that's fine. He's a big, strong kid. Threw 102 pitches, I think, the other night, and really wasn't in much trouble. It wasn't stressful. Didn't have a 30-pitch inning. Not saying it was easy, but it was easier than it's been, and he's ready to go. So he'll start tomorrow. We'll put him probably on a pitch limit, and you're not going to let him go 100 pitches, I don't think. So it'll be his last outing as far as a start before a regional. I've been asked a couple of times, well, if you made it to the championship game, would you throw him? Well, if it was his bullpen day and he needed an inning, or we needed an inning, maybe, but highly unlikely.
Get Georgia or Mississippi State. That Mississippi State series seems like a long time ago in no baseball season. Where have they really started to kind of get better over the year?
Well, I think that when they left our place, they probably couldn't believe that they got swept. It was a great series, some really close ball games, and we were fortunate to win all 3 of them, much less win the series, and then they went on a roll. I think that they struggled down the stretch a little bit. Kind of the last couple of weekends we've done well. They haven't. They have a lot of talent. They have the MVP of the league, and they have a lot of weapons offensively. Pitching, their bullpen's really struggled. So, and then you look at Georgia. Georgia's a team that when they left, and I know Coach Strickland real well. Coached with him in 2011 with Team USA, so I hung out with him for a month. And really good coach. He was so down when he left, and but he's starting 5 freshmen. And my comment to him was, "You're going to get better, and I'm not looking forward to playing you next year." And they've won 3 series in a row, and they're a little scary. So it'll be a good game tonight. We'll be out there watching it, and we're not hoping one way or another. You can't be that way. You just go watch and try to figure out how you're going to beat the team that wins.
How did Blaine Knight recover from his performance on
He feels good. Again, he only threw, I think, 68, 69 pitches, got him out of there. Not a lot of strikeouts, but he pitched to contact, and that's what we want him to do. Yeah. It's not all about striking. It's about getting back in the dugout and getting on offense, and he did a good job the other day with that. He could probably be ready for Thursday, but we don't want to stress him out. Hopefully we'll be here, and he can pitch Friday. And then get ready for his next outing, which will be next weekend, and hopefully that's in Fayetteville.
So you're leaning then toward Takalini probably?
Yeah, and it would be, again, just go out and give us what you can, and we'll go with the rest. I mean, we've even considered throwing Reindl. We haven't started him, but he's so good out of the pen, and I've got a couple other guys. We have a couple guys with fresh arms, but we'll just play it by ear.
Overall pitching, how do you feel about just what depth you bring into this? And it's important or not.
We're in better shape than I thought we'd be in coming into this tournament, and I think that's because our starters did such a great job against Texas A&M, and we didn't have to double up on any of our relievers. They're all available, and they're available for extended innings if we need them to go 3 or 4 innings or to pull one out of there to give us a start. So I feel pretty good shape. Yeah, in the tournament's important because you want to stay or you want to play. I think it keeps you sharp and just playing such good competition. But on the other hand, you have to be smart about it, and you don't want to leave it all here when there's still another weekend ahead. That's, believe it or not, to us it's just as important or more important because your goal at the beginning of the year is to get to Omaha and have a chance to win a national championship.
You get 3 guys on the All-SEC teams. Talk about quickly just Grant and Jackson and Dominic.
Just really excited for those 3 guys. We felt like that Fletch would make the All-Freshman Team. I mean, that was a no-brainer. And then, with Biggers just had a tremendous season, both offensively and defensively. We knew he was a good defender, and we thought he could hit. And you look at junior college numbers and you see a good batting average, but that's not what we were thinking we were getting. We knew we were getting a defender, lockdown shortstop. But for him to hit like that, he deserved it. There's no doubt about it. And, you could make a case that he could have been the first team because I think he out-hit them all. And then, Cook, what can you say about Grant? I mean, he caught every conference game. He hit some home runs, drove in some big runs, handled the pitching staff, did a great job of just blocking and throwing. And it's hard to hit when you catch every game. Your legs get a little tired. I mean, it's hard to be able to take that bat up to the plate when you can't feel your lower half very well, and for him to maintain and I'm just glad the other coaches saw what we saw, and a lot of times that's not the case, and well deserved.
What kind of improvements has he made from his freshman year to sophomore year?
Well, obviously, just having the opportunity to catch behind Tucker Pennell last year at the beginning, and then the second half of the season. Really, maybe the last 20, 25 games, he was our starter for the most part. We were struggling. We were kind of building for the future, but he was a lot better offensive player. They're both outstanding catchers, and I think that got his confidence going. Summer ball, he improved, and then fall ball, we really saw the jump. I think it was just mental, and then the strength. He's gotten bigger and stronger, and he knew he was the guy, and he improved his whole game, throwing, catching, blocking, and then the fact of just handling the pitchers. He's really improved.
Good move to fly here from College Station. I mean, what did y'all do Sunday? Just let them sleep in and relax all day?
Yeah. I mean, after the game, obviously we won the series, so we were excited about that, and a little momentum going in to this week, and feeling like that game might have got us a regional back in Fayetteville. I feel like we do, because I figure you're going to ask me that in a minute, and I'll just answer it for you. But yeah, I feel like we've earned it, and I think that got us over the hump winning those last 2 series. We got a good RPI, we got a lot of wins. We finished with 18 wins in league play, and just come back, got over here and just said, hey, Sunday's your day off, enjoy it. And those guys they hung out and relaxed, and then workout yesterday, another workout today, and get ready for the Birmingham humidity.
Last question for you. Got to ask you about the Hulkamania shirt that Luke is wearing. Just the backstory on that one.
That thing popped up about, 7 or 8 weeks ago, and they come to practice and somebody's wearing this glowing yellow gold shirt that says Hulkamania on the front, and the sleeves are cut off most of the way, and so obviously I asked what's that all about. So the hitters, I think, kind of amongst themselves decided to reward somebody who had a pretty good weekend or a good week, and I guess they gave it to Luke, and he's wearing it around, and Cole wore it around last week, and I saw Fletcher in it a while back, and Spanberger, I don't even know if he can fit it. He's had it on. So, it's all good. It's all good stuff. Yeah.